Look this way, Doctor. You will understand. Here, Doctor. You are the first of your world to be looking at our solar system, the Astron. This is our planet, Astron Delta.
At the top.
Beyond the outer limits of human adventure, beyond the barrier of human credibility, fighting the unknown forces and secret terrors science couldn't predict.
There's a monstrous thing aboard this station from the moon. That's what killed Weber.
What kind of a monstrous thing?
Look this way, Doctor. You will understand. Here, Doctor. You are the first of your world to be looking at our solar system, the Astron. This is our planet, Astron Delta.
At the top.
Beyond the outer limits of human adventure, beyond the barrier of human credibility, fighting the unknown forces and secret terrors science couldn't predict.
There's a monstrous thing aboard this station from the moon. That's what killed Weber.
What kind of a monstrous thing?
I just knocked something over. Whoops. What up, fuckers? How y'all doing? I knocked over my water bottle as soon as I changed camera angles. How you doing tonight? It is Tuesday. It's 7 p.m. And you know what that means? It is time for some Spectre Vision. I am Londo. You are you. We are we. They are they. We be we's. Or whatever. Anyway, how are y'all doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. I haven't streamed in a little bit because, well, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I had a bit of a crazy week last week. And I also picked up Red Dead Redemption 2 on sale on Steam, and that kind of engulfed my free time for a whole week. So, but I'm back to the regularly scheduled program. We're going to be playing some Pokemon TCG Live tonight, and as you can see at the top of the chat, it's probably down here, or if you're watching on PC, it's over here. Drops are enabled, meaning that if you watch this stream for at least 30 minutes and you link your Pokemon account and the link here, I'll put it right here in the chat actually. You link your Pokemon account to Twitch. Yeah, you can earn rewards by watching the stream for at least 30 minutes. So I think this campaign, the rewards are you get 3 Ascended Heroes booster packs in game. So yeah. Hey, three stream streak. Also, I'm going to have a beer, so if anybody is going to have one with me, feel free to. All right, so let's get right into things. The battle queue is open! Exclamation battle in the chat, and you will be added to the battle queue. So far, we've got Juicebox up first. How you doing, Juicebox? Oh, dude. So this last Sunday, we were playing. I was playing at locals, local Pokemon tournament, and I got my ass beat harder than it's ever beat in my life. And I used to be bullied as a kid, so bad. In fact, well, I technically went 1-2, but my only win was because I had a bye on the last round. But I lost both. I lost both of my matches, and the first one, I was up against the gentleman who was running the tournament and the Pokemon professor, who was using a Slowking deck, and it whooped my ass so bad. Even our 2 out of 3 matches, I didn't take a single prize. Like, he absolutely whooped my ass. I know, right? My conkledor. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. All right, let me get this set up real quick, and let's get you going. Also, add me in the game really quick if you haven't already done so. My name is Spectre Vision in the game, and then I will send you a challenge. Or if you have already added me, then tell me what your username is so I can make sure. Sometimes I forget because people don't have the same names as their Twitch names, so I get people mixed up. Yeah, dude, and that was so I've seen that Slowking before on TCG Live, but the way that he built it was really, really, really fast. Like, he was getting set up turn 2, turn 3, and just was able to bump any stadium that I was able to put up, so I could never shut down his Academy at Nights, and it was rough. Okay, your juice box on there too. I added your... Okay, let me see. You already have me on here. You just can't play and watch the stream at the same time. Okay. I don't see you in here, but let me type their name. Is it just regular juice box? You gotta tell me the origin story of that name, where that came from. You do it all the time. Oh, so I added just some random person named Juicebox. Okay. Juicebox 1102. Okay, it says we're already friends. Oh yeah, it's just you're not online. That's what it is. Okay, if you go ahead and get online, I will send you the challenge as soon as I see you pop up. In full disclosure, I'll play with no timers mode, just in case I get interrupted in the stream and am not able to take a turn. So this is a deck that is actually one that I'm working on with our mod, aptly named Ghost. She's not in the stream right now, but hopefully she comes in later. So we're working on this Dragon Knight deck, and hopefully we can get it up and running to be pretty competitive. I thought it was looking really good until I took it into ranked, and then I lost 4 in a row. So who knows? But I'm open to some suggestions here. You've been pretty busy as well? Oh, dude, I hear you. And I technically was in a furlough for half of a day today because they finally, Congress passed a funding bill, so I had to go back to work. No vacation for me. For location for me. Okay, let's see. Ooh, this is not my ideal setup here already. Already starting off with a bad setup. Typically, I think I want to start with the Tatsugiri up front. And I'm trying to make this deck a little rotation-proof, too, because some cards originally that I got from Ghost lists were already slated for rotation, so we would lose some of the good ones. So I'm trying to make it, like, rotation-proof. Oh, yeah, I should probably share the screen. Thank you for reminding me. Sorry. It has been a week since I last streamed, so I'm a little bit rusty. You've got to afford me some grace here. Alright, let's get some of these boys down here. We'll go him. We'll go him. No, actually, we'll go him, and then I need a stage 3, so let's do the Dragon Knight. And we'll get another one. Oh, that's not good. I don't have any more Dreepies out here. So we'll get another one hymns. What should I do? I don't need the Mega Signal. I can probably get rid of that. Get some energy going here. Okay. Pass the turn. So we've got a Terapagos deck. So Terapagos, I see a Charizard and a Hoothoot and a Duskull. Things may get a little nasty here for me. I've got to build my bench fast before she starts taking knockouts on my bench. Oh, I have the wrong cat cam up again. Why does it keep doing that? Let me see if I can fix that. Cat cam. Where's the cat cam? Yeah, it's doing that thing where it's not doing the right camera for the cat cam. I don't know why. It's very frustrating for me. No, that's not it. Yeah, it just shows that camera for some reason. Oof, oof, oof. Already with a knockout. But I do take a prize too because of the Duskull, so that's at least something. Yeah, I think what I need is some maybe some balloons. Some air balloons so I can retreat. Ooh, I pulled into the Dracloak. Let's go. Alright, we'll put the water on him. And this is where this deck gets kind of cool. So, first off, let's do this. Let's get a middle evolution here with a Dracloak. Oh, why did I get the Dracloak? I should have got the Dragon Knight. The Dratini. Dragonair is what I needed. Damn it. Okay, fuck that move. And then... I guess I could pull that out, but no, I'll save it. We'll recon directive, see what we get. The Dynamo. Okay, not too bad. I'll probably lose this track cloak here on this next turn, but that's okay. I can live with that. I think the problem with my cat cam is it's like two cameras with the same name, and for some reason like Streamlabs is not liking that. I don't know. I don't know why it's not working. Alright, so I could be in trouble here. This could be very, very difficult. Ooh, another one. Dang. Well, I'm getting prizes from the Dustclops. So that's something, right? This deck probably could also use a battle cage. I'm probably making the mistake of using a deck in progress. Alright, well here goes nothing. So we're gonna go ahead and evolve him up. Oh, I can't evolve him. Oh, I can't evolve any of them. That ain't no good. That ain't no good at all. Okay. Okay, alright, I gotta pivot. I gotta pivot here. Let's Night Stretcher out one of the Dreepies back. And then, damn. So here's the thing is I can't tank a hit here. I cannot tank a hit. Well, I could tank one. But do I want to do that? Let's retreat into the Dratini. Just to give something else for them to swing at. Maybe this will help. Maybe this will help. Alright, alright, alright. Let's see. Once I can get my Dragonite swinging, it can do some good damage. But just getting there is the hard part. So how much damage does that Unified Beatdown go? For each of your benched Pokemon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 150. It's pretty good. It's enough for most KOs. Another Noctowl. Dang, 2 Noctowls. What I really need is like a rare candy or something. Or a stadium. Oh, there's the boss. Shit. There comes 150 damage. Oh, 210. Oh, because it's a loaded bench. Okay. Well, decisions are made. we'll come in with the Dragapult. So I lose my draw ability from getting rid of the Drag Cloak, but we can do this. Do a little bit of damage here. Unfortunately, I think she can answer back, right back with another attack if she can bench one more Pokemon, right? Well, no, that still won't be enough, so they gotta have a boss in hand, but they can grab that with the Pidgeot, which is very tricky. Also need a Team Rocket's Watchtower in this deck, probably. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be in here to make it like meta-proof. If I unplug this camera, if it'll work. Oh, there it is. GG's. GG's. GG's, Juicebox. Very well played. Very well played. Yeah, I can see some adjustments I definitely need to make to this deck. I don't think it's ready for prime time yet. All right, let me get Shane in here. I don't think he's in the chat, but I will send him a challenge really quickly here because he messaged me on Facebook. So let me see. Challenge French. I'm not going to use this deck because I know that he's currently training for a regional tournament. So I could really piss him off and do Crustle. No, I won't do that. I used my Crustle against him once in a real tournament, and I think he was a little salty about it, but he was able to beat me though. Not the Crustle. Listen, the Crustle's not that bad, and it's gonna rotate out, so like it's gonna be broken. But so he and I played once at, I don't remember, it might have been a league challenge, not a league cup, and ooh, server error, what does that mean? And he was up against my Crustle. I don't know what the server error 42055 means. 42055, let me Google. Try clearing data. Okay, so maybe it's like a server thing. The game always has issues for me. I know. Well, normally it works okay, but they just did an update on Tuesday, and usually, like, when they do an update, sometimes things don't like sit right away, and so you have to like give it a couple of days, or they'll do a hot fix. Let's see if this works. Nope. Okay, let me relaunch my game and see if that works. Yeah, so anyway, so he and I were playing and had got to the point where he had taken out one of my Crustles, but I had another one on the bench, but I didn't have any energy on it. And so he was already ready to concede that match. And I was like, hold on, don't concede yet. You don't have to go to the next match yet. I don't have any energy on it. And he's like, oh, okay. So I had to let him see out of fun. And plus, we kept going. I wasn't able to have another energy for a while, and he was able to come back and win that game. But it just goes to show that you're not always out completely out of the game. There's usually like a path. Did I do this right? Oh dang it! I did. Whoops. I did ranked mode. There's always maybe a path that you don't see that you can play, and I think that that's a good lesson to learn. Is just like, don't give up unless you absolutely know that you are lost there. Okay, I don't see him online. Let's see if he pops back in. But yeah, that was actually really... my Crustal deck is... I know people hate it. I know people like just they absolutely hate it. But I don't think it's any cheaper than any other deck or less fair than any other deck. It just forces people to play outside of their optimal pathing sometimes. So a lot of times when people are just copying meta decks that they found off of online and they just like copy and paste the deck, right? They may not know how to pilot it outside of a very particular path. They're like, okay, I got to get this set up on turn 1. I got to get this set up on turn 2, and then I'm attacking, right? So there's a very specific path that they have to take. But what Crustal does is it shuts down a lot of those meta decks that are overly reliant on heavy-hitting EX Pokemon. So then it forces the player to have to pivot. And a lot of times, if players are not used to having to pivot, they don't know what to do. And so that's why the Crustal gets so much hate, because it's like, how dare you use my own strategy against me? and so yeah. But it's not like it's an invincible deck. Like, I lose as many matches as I win with it. Like, just like any deck, I think there's always a way that you can get around any deck. And if you know your deck well enough, adapt and overcome, man. And people do it. Like, you'll see me, I'll play against people who, on paper, I may have a very favorable matchup with my Crustal, but then they're like, shit, okay, don't evolve to EX. Keep it simple, right? And so then they start, hitting me with their fan Rotoms and stuff, and it's like, oh shit, here we go. But that's really what you gotta do. You just gotta adapt and overcome. All right, I don't see him. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, maybe he just timed out. All right. Well, Juicebox, you want to go again? You want to do another one? Yeah, like I think also just Mega Pokemon in general, since the release of the Mega Evolutions, that's what really kind of made my Crustal fall, because Crustal actually had an advantage over almost every meta deck in competitive play up until the release of Mega Evolutions, and more specifically the release of the Mega Lopunny. Damn Mega Lopunny, man. Crustal's got no answer for it, because its second attack can hit through the protection of a Crustal, and I have to, I think, 2 shots or 3 shots to get through a Mega Lopunny. So I can withstand one attack from a Mega Lopunny if I have a luxurious cape, but even at that point, it's just we're trading blow for blow there, and it's really, really hard for me to keep up with the speed of a Mega Lopunny deck. Which is why I made my Conkeldurr deck, because I'm like, all right, everybody's gonna be running Mega Kangaskhan EX. They're gonna be running they're gonna be running the Mega Lopunny. Yeah, I'm like, cool. Conkeldurr can one-shot both of them, but no one's running those in locals. The game has always. Oh, sorry, I read there. They need to add private expanded match, dude. Yes. Private expanded. I have some really. Hey, what up, Ghost? I have some really fun expanded decks that I'm not able to use other than just the casual, matches. But like, why can't you challenge a friend to a casual expanded match? Ghosty, you want to battle? Like, I have a really fun. I don't have it in this deck, do I? On the screen, it's a Mewtwo and Gardevoir deck, but it's a Mewtwo V and V Star. Let me see, do I have it in here? And those are really fun just to use different. Yeah, here it is. To use different eras, like to combine them. So yeah, it uses the Mewtwo V, which I love the fucking art of the V. And let me just say, I know I've said this before, but the art on the V era cards way better than the art on the current EX ones, because I do not like the windowed EX cards. Yeah, that Mewtwo V, that gold one. I pulled that one in real life on stream once. Hey, Fire King. Welcome back. right, Ghosty, let me know when you're up and ready. You know what? I will try your Dragon Knight deck. I just used it right now. It didn't do very well. Well, I did okay. Most of the prizes I took were from the self knockouts from the Dusk Noir line. But I do think that there are... Oh, Shane's coming back in. Okay, let me play Shane really quick, Ghost, because he was waiting on Facebook. So let me get him going, and then you and I will battle. I think we need more stadiums in this deck because like Battle Cage or Team Rocket's Watchtower would be very useful to shut down. There needs to be more in the deck to affect the opponent rather than just building our own stuff. I think that's what I think it's missing right now. All right, let's see when he's online. Yeah, I'm not going to use my Crustle against him. Even though, technically, I think Crustle is my best deck right now. Like, I've made a lot of decks, but I think Crustle is my most consistent one. When I first made that Crustle deck, I don't know, probably like 6 months ago, I went on a 15-win streak on the ladder ranking mode. 15 wins, and the only reason I didn't win any more is because my game crashed. It was at that point where, like, people could just disconnect their internet, and it would just like time itself out of the game and force you to concede. So that was the only reason I broke that streak, was because of the glitching. But yeah, 15 in a row, that was pretty badass. Juicebox, you found the Moira emote. So that is one of my cats. That is Moira. Oh yeah, let me unplug this camera and see if I can get the cat cam working again. Archie's laying down. Let's see if that works. Oh god, it's so dirty on my floor. Cam. Okay. Deactivate. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Cat cam. Yay! So for some reason, plugging in the other camera is causing an issue with... I think it's because they're both the same kind of camera, but it never caused an issue before. So I don't know why it is now. He's taking a bath over there in the corner. That is Archie. For those that don't know. All right, where's he at? He just messaged on Facebook that he was getting in, but I don't see him in. What have you been up to, Ghosty? What's new with you? I know we just talked like yesterday, but I don't know, maybe something interesting happened. Oh, good news. Congress passed the budget, so we're working. Been doing a lot of RDO. I know. I told everybody that was the reason why I skipped stream. Well, it was also I had a rough week, and sometimes when I have like a busy week at work or something, and I'm staying late, it's hard to summon the energy to stream, so to speak. Oh shoot, he sent a challenge without the no timer mode, but okay, whatever. He plays fast, so we're gonna speed through this game and hope that it works. Let's see what he's using. So yeah, he's actually training to go to regionals, so he might be very competitive in this match. Personally, I feel like you don't need to legitimize your days off. That's true. Well said. Well put. There is something to be said about like the guilt from not streaming that you feel. I actually posted something on Twitter the other day or yesterday about how I was thinking about it. A lot of like my streaming cohorts. I've been streaming for what, 4 years now, 5 years now. A lot of people who started streaming around the time that I did, and who I became friends with through streaming, a lot of them don't do it anymore, and I think it's because of just burnout. It's really easy to get burnt out trying to stay consistent with streaming and whatnot. It's very, very, very difficult to keep up that pace, and especially when some of them were applying for oh damn, this is not a good setup. When they were applying for partner, like you were required to stream at least like 4 nights a week. You have to have consistent viewership of over 100 people. Like, it's a lot of requirements, and when you don't obtain that, it can be very, very hard on your psyche and your enthusiasm for the game. Oh, he's got a low punny. Let's go. Okay, if I can get this Conquildor up and running, then we've got a chance here. So yeah, it's just I felt kind of sad that a lot of the people genuine friends who I've met through streaming, other streamers, they're no longer doing it, and it's a shame because they had really good content too, and I enjoyed watching them. And oof, the Iono. I'm not going to be angry when the Iono rotates out. I'm okay with that. Except for when I need an Iono. Then I would be angry. Burnout maybe wasn't fun anymore. Who's to say? Yeah, I know. True, yeah. I've heard folks talk about how dominating just the sheer numbers can be. And, Twitch kind of changed how they count views, and it's different, and I guess it's stricter than it used to be, because as you all have probably noticed, my viewership has gone down significantly in the last like two years. Well, and part of it's because I'm less consistent when it comes to streaming, but yeah, it's been hard to kind of keep a pace. But they also changed, like I said, they changed how they count viewership. So like lurking isn't necessarily as good as it used to be. Oh, this is tough here. I'm still not in a good position. Let's... Oh, I can't. Oh, okay. So I can't use any basic abilities. That's fine. I should have placed that stadium before. Okay, I'll end turn. Actually, no. Let me put the jet energy up. Aw, you're my favorite streamer too, Ghost. Fire King, you didn't have any Ultra Balls. Or you spelled it wrong, that's what it was. At the risk of looking very ass-kissy. Jamming tower, so that's going to be tricky too. That means I can't use any tools to poison. This should be a favorable matchup for me, but one thing that I've noticed with this deck is, at least I noticed it on Sunday, was I was just not getting set up fast enough. So maybe I got to add more stuff to kind of get that going. It's where everyone in the Pokemon community goes to make their jams. Exactly. All right, let's should I do here? We're gonna take out this Baneri because he's got an enriching energy on him. And we'll bump the stadium. Ooh, he's gonna feel that one. Because having that losing that enriching energy is not a fun thing to happen. Let's see what he answers back with. So he's probably going to try to Badoo lock again or pop it with a Dusclops. So if he can... So he might pop his Dusclops and then hit me with the Badoo, which will KO the Rotom. The Fan Rotom. Ooh, going with the Dusknoir. Interesting. What's the move here? That's a waste of a Dusknoir for the Fan Rotom. Interesting. Interesting. He could have done it without evolving all the way up. Is this the vision of a Spectre? What up, Magnus? It is the victim of a vision of a Spectre. So, Magnus, I have been replaying some Resident Evil on Thursdays now on stream. Right now I'm doing Resident Evil 1 HD remaster. Both. It's the remaster of a HD remake. And then... I don't know what I'm going to play next. I don't know. I'll poll the audience. I would love to get Resident Evil Outbreak going, so I can play with my mods. But it seems a little complicated to get it running on hardware because you have to like install emulators and get all that stuff going. I may reach out to you for some advice on that. I was in a charity race of Bioran last... Oh, nice. How'd you do? Okay, I really need to start setting up my bench on this next... Again with the Badoo. Oh, you got smoked round one? Hey, you know, it happens. So we'll Toxic Powder the Badoo, give him something to think about. We're gonna Dawn. We need to get a Timber up. So we'll do him, him, and him. Hopefully he doesn't boss me out of here. It was charity though, so that's what I was up against one of the world record holders for the game, the roulette game. Oh man, hey, a world record holder though. That's pretty impressive. But yeah, if it's for charity, then that's cool. What else is new, man? How you been? How's your health been? I know that you've we're having some issue. I hope that things are getting a little better, looking a little brighter on your side of the fence. Because you're over up north now, huh? You persist. Hey, I mean, that's the best we can do, right? Oh, hits me with the Iono. Damn, there it is. Ooh, hey. That's kind of a beneficial Iono. I could live with that. I could live with that Iono. I mean, living with heart failure is a thing. Yeah, not fully yet, as we make things legal. Oh yeah, you're illegal, huh? It's okay, I won't tell anybody. Okay, what is the play here? What's the play? Let's Dawn again. We'll definitely get a Conkeldurr. We'll get a Girder and a Dunsparce. I have to go back like 1 week every 6 months. Hey, but 1 week, that's not too bad, right? You get to visit some family and hang out. Alright, so we're gonna let his Badoo die from poison here. Sure. Alright, so far, if I can get into a boss's orders, I've got this match won. What are you gonna do with that low punny, buddy? Hopefully he doesn't Iono again. Night Stretcher, you got the best of me, but I just keep on coming back incessantly. What's the deal with that Ditto? Why is that Ditto just sitting there on the bench? What's his game? Alright, here comes a low punny. Just as I hoped. Oh, great. He played a Hilda. Boom. This is GG's then. I've got it. The game is in the bag, gang. This is why I built this Conkeldor deck. For this exact purpose. We're going up against a mega low punny. So we are going to evolve into the Conkeldor. We will poison. And we will hit for 500 damage and a one-hit KO on the low punny. GG's. See, I play much better on TCG Live than I do in person. Well, I also think it's because of the weakness. Nobody at locals was playing the Mega Kangaskhan or the low punnies, so like my whole strength of this deck just did not work out for me. Alright, so for those of you who have linked your Pokemon account to your Twitch account and you have been watching the stream for over 30 minutes, you should have access to those drops. So if you need that link, I'll drop it again. So with those drops, by watching the stream, you will get 3 free Ascended Heroes TCG booster packs in Pokemon TCG Live. Alright, Ghosty, you and me, let's do this. I'm going to use the work-in-progress Dragonite deck. But I've already seen where things are go. This deck is fun till you play it IRL and realize you're just playing Solitaire the whole time. Yeah, kind of, because you're just shuffling. Oh, dude, that's the thing that, like, what people were getting on me about is it was taking so long for me to, you know, because I run the Dunsparce draw engine, too. So, like, doing those and then shuffling, and then you gotta draw your cards and then shuffle again, and then it's like, okay, now you draw into a Dawn, now I gotta go in and get my Dawns, and it's just, it's a big pain in the butt, and it's a lot of time shuffling, and it's a lot funner to play on TCG Live because of how quickly it shuffles things for you. You don't have to sit there and wait for it. I'm being unimaginative, feeling, oh, I'm sorry, Ghosty, is everything alright, dude? Should we play some, Red Dead? What up, Nate? I'm driving by just to brag about my Charb and wonder if it's worth getting it graded. Oh, dude, that thing... Yeah, so for those that don't know, Nate went to a card show in our town on Sunday and bought a Pokemon 151 pack from our friend who was running a table. And in that pack, he pulled the Charizard. The big Charizard that's worth like $300 or $275. So what a hell of a pull. So even without the TM Evolution. I kind of wish I still had the TM Evo. Oh, I misplayed already. Damn it! I should have put down the Tatsugiri. May your low feeling get high eventually. I feel like a lot of times it does. You know, life is just a series of peaks and valleys. You never know when you're in a valley until you start bringing yourself up from one. And you never know when you're at the peak until you start coming down from it. So just keep that in mind. It can't rain every day. It won't rain forever. Don't tempt me, Frodo. Well, I think Molly's playing some Red Dead Online, and she turned in all of her collector stuff and got like $4,000 in the game. Yeah, crazy, right? And I think they changed. So today was the changeover for the triple XP, and it's bounty, blood money missions are triple XP. All right. Ooh, Artisan. I can live with that. Blood money times 3. Collector times 2. Oh, so she's doing collector too. So we're going to retreat into the Tatsugiri. We're going to attract some customers here. And we're going to Hilda. Get this. And this. So Ghost, this is why you want this version of the Dragonair. So whenever you have an energy attached, well, one, it has higher HP, but its ability, once during your turn, if this Pokemon has any energy attached, you may use this ability. Search your deck for an evolution Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So you can combo this into getting a Dracloak, which then feeds your draw engine. To get me another Dreepy. So not too shabby. Risky pronunciation? Wait, what did I say wrong? The Dracloak? Dracloak? Dreepy? Dragonair? Tatsugiri? What did I say wrong? Oh, the Hilda. Oh, okay, I get it now. Well, the word itself is not a bad word. It's the name that you attach to it when people say it that makes it bad. You ran by each other doing... I could hear her laughing from the other room. She's like, oh, hi! Whenever that happened, when you guys ran past each other in the game. And in a little bit, we'll open some packs, because I have 3 packs from locals. So I have 2 Series 7 prize packs. I have 1 Phantasmal Flame, and I have a 2-pack blister. So we'll open those, and I also have some stuff that I just picked up, some singles from the card shop. So I'll show you guys what I got. That's a big meatball. All right, so we're going to Artisan again to get us another Dratini. Teal Meatball Ogremon. Exactly. I guess I can take a Tynamo. Okay, how do I play this? So let's... Evolutionary Guidance. So we're going to get the Dragapult. So this is what I added to this deck to make it a little bit different here. Because being able to combo into that with the Neo Upper Energy means now I can pop off with him. I will attach a Power Glass. what Ira does fighting. Get rid of the Marvin. Draw a bunch of cards. Ooh, here we go. This is going to be a good combo. So we're going to Tynamo. We're going to hit our other Dracloak. Recon Directive into a Buddy Poffin. And we will Pokepal to get... who do I want? Who do I want? Yeah, we'll get another Dragonair. Okay. Now, I don't have enough to get a one-hit KO here, so that's not good. Yeah, Pokepad just came out, and apparently the drop rates for this Pokepad, people are like, the Pokepad is a myth, they don't exist, I've opened 1 million packs, and I cannot pull this common Pokepad. But this is what's going to basically replace the Nest Ball, because Nest Ball is phasing out. Search your deck for a Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. It's actually kind of better than a Nest Ball, because it doesn't have to be a basic Pokemon, it can be any Pokemon, as long as it doesn't have a rule box. So no EXs and no Vs. Which, I don't know why it even says Pokemon V on here, because nobody can run a Pokemon V. Which, I guess if you're playing Expanded, yes. Yeah, it is better than a Nest Ball for sure. Because you can get a Stage 1, or technically a Stage 2. Like, if you wanted to use it to buy your... to find your baby Dragonite in this deck, you could. Alright, let's drop some damage. So we're going to do 3 here. Man, I believed in the apple, you ass. Oh no, I'm sorry. I plucked the apple prematurely from the vine. He was just a baby. Can you do enough for a knockout here? If that Bayleaf or a Meganium, definitely, I think. Because I don't think this is enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3. Yeah, it's only a 180. Well, plus 3 more. Yeah, so 210. If that was a Meganium, then yes, that would have been the KO there. Do you run rare candies in this deck, or the evolution tree or whatever? What is it called? Living tree or super evolution tree? Grand tree, that's the one. Super tree. Superfly, super tree. I used to, I don't think I do anymore. Oh. Not the ace spec one. The one that's just the regular stadium. Force of Vitality, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, I run 4 of them in that Mega Venusaur deck that I built, which I might try pulling out after rotation hits to see how that one does. But yeah, after getting my ass just absolutely handed to me on Sunday, I was like, I've got no decks right now that are competitive. My world is shut. I mean, I guess I could do Gardevoir or Dragapult, but I don't know. I don't enjoy playing those ones as much just because they're meta decks. Ah. Well played, clerks. Well played. Could use a boss's orders. If I could get one of those, that may seal the win for me if I can get a boss's orders. I don't have any way to seek one out there. There's no pokey computers or whatever. I just have to hope I get lucky with the I guess I'll take a Hilda. What should I do here? Should I do the Hilda or the Iris's Fighting Spirit? Pokepal. Pokepad 3.0. No, yeah, is that the one it is? That lets you look at the top 7? Could pull Tatsurugi out to increase bosses. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, good call. Good call. So here's what I'll do with that then. I'll combo this into the Mega Dragonite. So that gives me the free retreat. So we're going to Sky Transport into the... Oh, I already got rid of my Tatsugiri. Damn it. What was I thinking? Damn it. Where did I put my Tatsugiri? Oh, he's dead. Damn it. I was supposed to pull him out of the dumpster first, but I didn't have any space. Yeah. I didn't have any space on my bench. Okay, well, that was dumb of me. It's okay. We can still pivot. We'll pivot here. We're gonna Iris's Spirits. We'll get rid of the Buddy Poppin because I don't think we need it anymore. All we got was a Dawn? Lame. So we'll retreat, which we can do because the Sky Transport is an ability, not a retreat action. Oh, fuck! I don't have an electric! Damn, I misplayed again. Okay. Shit. I should have played the Hilda to get an electric instead of the Iris. Damn. I forget that it's 2 electrics and 1 water. But for some reason, like, in my head, I'm thinking electric, water, and a colorless. Dang it, I boned myself on that move. Oh shit, there's the Meganium. Okay. Oh, shit's about to get real now. You're sweating. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. You're doing great. I also misplayed twice on that turn, so that's no good. Moira walked in. She's sitting right there on the floor behind me. You guys can't see her, but she's there. You just wanted to be a cowboy. Well, I'm sure Molly will play with you if you ask her to. I think Izzy said he wanted to play tonight, too. Moira's so funny. She'll just come and just sit right there behind me. She's not doing anything. She just sits there. Just likes being in the room. Okay. Let's see. Let's hope I don't fuck this up again. So we're going to Dracloak first. Get a boss. Okay. Dang, if only you still had that Hydrapple there. I have this. So I'm going to boss's orders in the teal mask. Tell people about the cute mount you got. No, I'm gonna wait until it comes in before I reveal that because it's hella cute. Then we're going to put this here. We're going to Sky Transport into the Dragapult. So here's the move. Here's the move. So Phantom Dive. We're going to drop 10 over here. 10 over here. And the rest on the Chikorita. So that'll get us 2 EX knockouts. 4 prizes. If that Applin was still alive, that would have been the move, is to get the Applin, and that would have been a 5 prize turn. That's insane. I forget how busted Dragapult can be sometimes with those kind of combos. Busted as I know, and honestly, it's not gonna get hurt too much from rotation. It'll only lose a couple of things like the TM Evos and Devos, but other than that, it's still pretty strong. Like it may not be able to set up as fast without the Buddy Buddy Poffins, because I think those go away too, right? Oh wait, no, those are H's. Never mind. Yeah, so this is GG here. Did somebody say Devo? Whip it good. Bum, ba, bum, bum. Whip it real good. That's them, right? That's Devo. GG's Ghosty. Golf clap, golf clap, golf clap. All right, let's rip some packs. What do you say, gang? Never been okay losing, to be honest. that is a tough. Yeah, see what I mean though? That Dragapult, I didn't even have to use the Dragonite at all in that matchup. So that Dragonite is really cool if you can get it set up. But I've been losing a lot with it because I'm not able to get the whole board set up. So you need the electrics, you need the look up the sunk fish. Look up that guy. He might be kind of interesting to add to that deck as a single prize attacker. Let me get my mat set up and we'll open some packs. I washed a bunch of my play mats so they're nice and clean. There's nothing like a fresh play mat out of the washer. Like it looks so sparkly. Hello, clean mat. Did you ever clean your Game Boy one? I love that mat. Yeah, the trick to washing them in the washer is, to wash them with other things. So, don't wash them with towels because towels may like lint off on them. But I washed like 3 of my mats and then my big ones too, because those ones will all spilt bigger on them over time. So I washed all my mats together and then set it to delicates and set the water level to high. So not just like the sensor one, but to like heavy water, so it's just more water than it needs, so it's very submerged and it's very gentle wash and it does a great job. Okay, first I'm going to show you the things that I picked up at the local card shop. These are just some singles that I bought and picked up on Sunday. I'll have to scan these in later. Got a Petrant EX. Good card. It's got a really great ability, the Subjugating Chains. Once during your turn, you may switch one of your benched Pokemon, benched Darkness Pokemon, except for any Petrant EX with your active Pokemon. If you do, the new active Pokemon is now poisoned. You can't use more than one Subjugating Chain ability each turn. So it's very handy for quick switching Pokemon. So you'll see this sometimes in like Mega Absol decks and whatnot. He's still tournament legal, so that's why I picked him up. I feel like I could probably use him in a deck or two. Dogs are being stinky. All right, go stink those dogs. We got an Annihilate EX, the full art. I got this one because I really like Annihilate in the games. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, he's actually kind of goated. He's not great in the TCG. Let me see. Let me pull him out of the sleeves so I can see him a little better. He's not great in the TCG just because... so I'll read you. Puts up to 12 damage counters on this Pokemon. This attack does 20 damage for each damage counter you placed in this way. So, potentially, you could do well against a Mega Kangaskhan or a Mega Lopunny because for 1 energy, fighting energy, you can hit for 240 damage against any of those, which is pretty good. 240 times 2 for weakness, so that's 480 damage, which is enough to KO either of them. But he's also going to get KO'd next turns. But, you know, maybe that is useful against those guys. I don't know what the lower stage evolutions do, but he is a G, though, so he's going to be rotating out. We got a Lycanroc EX. So I got this one. Not a very good card, but he just looks cool as shit. I love the art on this card. He looks absolutely insane. Look at him. It's like bursting through the card like a jackal. Rock Throw for 40, and then Scary Fangs for 140. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, put 10 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon for 3 energy cost. Not great for only 140 damage, but it is a stage 1, but it is a 2-prizer. I also got a Teal Mask Ogerpon. So when Crustle starts to rotate out, because I'm going to lose a lot of cards from there, I have to think of what else to put in it. Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. I said Teal Mask, didn't I? Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon can be a useful entry into that deck because of its ability. Prevent all damage from attacks done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon that have an ability. So Pokemon that have abilities cannot damage the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. The only problem is 210 HP is not very high, putting him into one-shot range for most big megas. One thing I love is Crustle has an ability. And let me see if I have a Crustle here I can show you guys. Oh yeah, got this one here. So Crustle has an ability, Mysterious Rock-In. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon EX. So a lot of times when you go up against people, I'll have my Crustle, they'll put up a Cornerstone Mask Pokemon EX, thinking that I cannot attack them because of his ability to prevent all damage from attacks done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon that have an ability. So you would think Crustle would not be able to hurt the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, but his attack, Superb Scissors, 120 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon, and his ability technically is an effect, meaning that not only does Superb Scissors hit through and connect for 120 damage, it actually hits for 240 damage because he is weak against Leaf Energy, meaning that somebody who thinks that they're pulling a smart move against the Crustle by putting in the Cornerstone is going to get one-shotted by my Crustle. And I fucking love doing that. Because 9 times out of 10 online, whenever I do that to somebody, they will concede the match. Because they're like, no! They get so pissed off that they thought they were being big-brained, and I just smack right through them. Hey, what up, Ricky? How you doing? How you been? Miracle Headset. So I'm working on building a Team Rocket's Honchkrow deck. That might be my new deck, single prize deck that I work on. And this Miracle Headset would be useful in that. Put up to 2 supporter cards from your discard pile into your hand. So Pal Pad does the same effect, except Pal Pad puts it into your deck. But Pal Pad is rotating out, so this will be the only card in rotation that allows you to draw, to pull supporter hands out from your discard pile. Tired and slightly in pain. Oh no, what's wrong? Was it from the car accident? I got this Talonflame V. I just like it because it looks cool. Look at this card. Looks fucking awesome. I love a good bird. Love me a good bird card. I got a vintage Blaine's Duo. I just like it because it looks cool. Not worth a whole lot, but it's a cool card. And I always like old Pokemon cards. Classic ones. Which is also why I have the Cubone. Love this Cubone. I love this art on this Cubone. One of my favorites. I have one of these ones that my brother gave me, but like I think he had a nosebleed on it or something because there's like spots of blood. So this will replace that. Air Balloon. So this might be useful in that Dragonite deck, Ghost. So the retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to is 2 colorless less. No, I think it's from work. I can't lift my left arm above my shoulder or turn my head fully to the left. Oh my gosh. You know what you need is like a good massage. Like go to like a massage parlor and have them just work your shoulders out. My shoulders have been bad lately too, and I think it's because I store a lot of my my emotional pain in my shoulders and all my stress in my shoulders. Especially like my lower, or like right below my middle shoulders. And that's definitely what I need. It's like, I felt like today I just needed to crack my back so bad. You don't have money for that? Oh yeah, they can be expensive, yeah. I need one of those desks like that we had in high school with like the silver bar on the side of it where you could lean sideways over it and crack your back. Got this Steelix from Mega Evolution, and I fucking love this art. I love Onix, I love Steelix, but they're actually kind of shitty Pokemon in the game, and even in the card games, like they're not even that good. So 200, I mean he's not a EX, so that's kind of cool. Stage 1, 200 HP. If you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, this attack does 200 more damage. So 240 damage. That's kind of okay. But only if you have 6 prize cards remaining. Bulbasaur. This is a promo, the Cosmo promo Bulbasaur. If it's not better by Thursday, I'll be putting in for an appointment for the doctor. Okay, yeah, good call, dude. Don't let injuries linger. They can definitely cause some longer term damage if you don't address them. So I love this Bulbasaur, and he's got the Cosmo foil pattern on him. I don't know if you can see that much on the camera. And with that, I have the matching Charmander, and I have the Bulbasaur, I mean the Squirtle too, so I have the whole set of them now. And this Charmander will be rotating out too, unfortunately. Because he is a G. He's an OG. Alright, so here we have a Larvesta. Super cool art on this card. I love it because of like the contrast in it. Look how gorgeous that is. From Surging Sparks, this is where this is from. It's not super holographic, but I kind of like it like that because you can really focus on the painting. And then I have his evolution, or I mean, sorry, his ancient form of his evolution, the Slitherwing from Paradox Rift. And then his future form is the Iron Moth. Also from Paradox Rift. Thermal Reactor. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to the active spot, you may move any amount of fire energy from your other Pokemon to it. And then Heat Ray for 120 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Heat Ray. Not a very good Pokemon. Only 130. I mean, he's only 130. He's not an EX, so that's always good. So I guess that's kind of handy. And then a Judge card. So Judge is basically the only kind of hand disruption that we have for opponents post-rotation because Iono is phasing out. So I'm stocking up on Judges because I have a feeling that Judge cards are going to skyrocket as soon as rotation happens, because there will be no other card that can do hand disruption apart from the Ace Spec, the whatever, and then the Team Rocket card. But unless you're running a Team Rockets deck, you're not going to be able to use it. And then Ruffian. This will go into my People of Paldea binder, which I'm working on getting all the Paldean people. Oh, Ghosty, I wanted to show you. Do I have them here still? Oh, yes. Okay, so one really cool thing about Prismatic Evolutions is they added variations of some of the Team Star leaders where they're out of their costumes and in their normal outfits. So I'm going to show you some of these. Hold on, I'm trying not to. I gotta arrange them so that you can see them better. I need to put sleeves on these guys. Okay. Okay, ready? Ready to see these? The jawline. My jawline. Nice moth. I know, right? The Judge jawline. Look at that. Look at that guy. Okay, so actually, I'll save those ones for the end. Ortega. So this is him when he's not in his uniform, right? And he's gonna be a little rebel. Here he is in his school uniform. Very cute. Then we have Atticus. So Atticus is the most dramatic of all of them. Look at this outfit. This is insane. And then here's the Atticus in his school uniform. And it's the same, it's effectively the same card. Like, it's not a different, it doesn't read any differently, but it's just the different version of him. Giacomo? Or is it Giacomo? So he's like the DJ of Team Star. And here he is in his school uniform. Hey, Sharky!
Feed that cat! Feed that cat! Feed that
All right, let's feed these cats for Sharky. Thank you so much, Sharky. I need to add, like, playback controls onto my stream deck. I don't know why I don't have them. All right, listen up for the crunch. Let's feed this cat. I thought Moira would come in here, so I'm going to give him another one. Ooh, that one was crunchy. Thank you so much, Sharky. How you been, dude? What's new? All right, so you ready for the last one, Ghost? I think this is your favorite member of Team Star. So we have Aerie. Been good, been very busy, kind of stressed out, but, you know, things are doing okay. Aerie, and then Aerie outside of their costume in their school uniform. Look at her! She's so cute! So I love it. I love that they did the variation of the Team Star leaders. So you wouldn't really understand why they look so different unless you played the game and you're like, oh, that's the same person. Their whole thing was they were getting picked on, so they formed this like gang and they rebelled against their school and they stopped wearing the school uniforms. But then at the end of the game, you end up beating them and bring them to, I don't know, to the light, I guess. And then they all kind of conform back to school in their uniforms and whatnot. But it's kind of cool. Isn't that cute? I like that they did that. I like whenever they tie like features of the game or whatnot into the card game. And then I also picked up a Pheasantipity EX because now they are going down in price. It is only like $8, so super cheap. They used to be like $18, I think, at the highest. But it's a very, very useful card in the TCG. All right, let's rip some packs. We'll start off first with a prize pack. So the prize packs are really cool. You can only get them from tournaments, from either locals, challenges, league cups, but league sanctioned tournaments. You will be given these as participation or sometimes as prizes for winning. So I got a couple of these. They're smaller packs. There's only 6 cards in them as opposed to 10. But the cards that are used in them are generally pretty popular cards used in the competitive scene. And they all feature the Play Pokemon stamp on them. And even the energies have the stamp on them too. But the holographic cards have a holo version of them. So basic energy. We've got Power Glass. Power Glass is a handy tool. At the end of your turn, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot, you may attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to it. Jamming Tower, very, very good stadium. Pokemon tools attached to each player's Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, have no effect. So that is very handy for when you're going up against opponents that are running tools that like raise their HP. You do this, it brings their HP back down. Gastrodon. Sticky Bind. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench stage 2 Pokemon, both yours and your opponents have no abilities. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I wonder how that could be incorporated. Okay. And, ooh, we have a Cosmo Holo Ends PP up. I bet you that Natalie might want this card because she's working on the ends. Wait, no, she's not. She's doing Hops's. Never mind. Okay, well, this might be good for my Gengar deck because I do run some Zoroark in there. Ooh, and a Terra Orb. Cool. Search your deck for a Terra Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Very cool. I love the Cosmo Holo item cards. They do look super, super cool. I don't know how well you can see the Cosmo pattern on them, but they are Cosmos. Oh yeah, let me get my Rip Buddy. So I can get my sleeves here. Get my sleeve on. Actually, let me put it over here. It's easier to handle. All right, not bad pulls off of that first prize pack. That's awesome. All right, let's do this Phantasmal Flames pack. Let's see what we got in this one. I need to replace the blade on that razor. It barely made it through this pack. I do like how they changed the code cards now. They put this yellow Pikachu card in them. They're kind of cooler. Razor ain't razoring. I think I can turn it backwards. That would work too. Because this is like a double-sided, right? So I could just swap it around. I don't like this song. Okay. Energy. Shard Cadet. Gather strength. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. And then chop for 10. Alright, so that's cool. You get to just get some energies. Hey! Hey, Ghosty! Oh, you were... Did you miss the whole thing about the Team Star? Did you miss the whole thing I showed you? We have an Absol. Oh, you did. Okay, well, let me show you again. I'll go quick, though. Here, I'll just show you right now. So, they had the original ones, right, of the characters from Team Star, and then in Prismatic Evolutions, they released the variants where they have their school uniform, so at the end of the game. So here he is in his non-conformist uniform, Ortega. And then here he is in his uniform when he's a conformist. But they're also happy at the end, though, so it's okay. Then Atticus, who has, I think, the most unique of the looks. He tries to be like a ninja warrior kind of thing. And then at the end of the game, look at this handsome guy. Ladies man over here. Then Giacomo. DJ Giacomo. He's honestly disarming. He still has his crazy hair, his hairdo though, his Wolverine hairdo. Or I don't know, his hair kind of looks like a ho-oh. Don't you think? And then Eri. So Eri looks like a luchador. And then here she is out of her costume. Isn't she cute? Super cute, huh? Right? So they're gonna go in my People of Paldea binder. Now I have all of the Team Star. I don't think I'm missing any, right? That's how many there were. All right, Absol. Oh no, you got Soul. Swinub. Snubble. Ugly ass Snubble. Bronzog. Sacred Charm. Darmanitan. Ooh, we have the Reverse Hollow Gloom. I wonder if I have room in my 151, my Gen 1 binder for a Hollow Gloom. Then we have a Blowtorch. You can use this card only if you discarded a basic Fire Energy card from your hand. Discard a tool or special energy card from one of your opponent's Pokemon, or discard a stadium in play. Oh, kind of handy. So you can use this just to bump a stadium, but only if you discard a Fire Energy. So that's the thing. Fire decks tend to be really bad with energy acceleration. I don't know why. I think fire Pokemon always hit really hard, but their energy costs are usually insane. So can you really afford to discard fire energies in your fire deck? That's to be seen. Oh, and we got a hit, gang. We got an EX card here. We have... Oh, yes! Rotom EX. Nice! I want to build that Rotom deck. And I can now that they've released the last Rotom for it. So Rotom EX. His ability... Multi-adapter. Each of your Pokemon that has Rotom in its name may have up to 2 Pokemon tool cards attached. If this ability goes away, discard Pokemon tools from those Pokemon until you have one, only one remains. So, the reason that this is good is because you can put 2 tools on each of your Rotoms. So if you have all Rotoms in your deck, all of them have tools on them. The basic Rotoms have an attack called, I forget what it's called, but it does damage based on how many tools you have attached to all of your Pokemon. So you basically just do a shit ton of damage by having a bunch of tools, and they're all mostly single prizers. Now the problem is keeping this guy alive, though. The Blowtorch is just cover your ass for that extra prize card. It would exactly. Very nice. I got the Rotom. Let's go. Put that Rotom EX in the Garbodor. Oh yeah, it could be useful for that. Well, you can only put them on Pokemon that have Rotom in their name, so it can only work with other Rotoms, not the Garbodors. Although putting a Garbodor into the Rotom deck would be okay, I guess. Because that does damage based on tools, right? But tools that you have to have in the discard pile, so you have to discard... I don't know, I feel like they might be counterintuitive to each other. Hey, dope, give Archie some lovin'? Okay, we'll do, let's do that. Let's swap the cat cam on and give him some lovin'. Oh. I don't like it. If you pet him too much, he gets mad. And he has to clean himself again. Thank you for that. That made my night. Oh, you're welcome, dude. How you been? How you been, dope? What's new? Late game Garbodor for when all the Rotoms... Oh, that's true, right? Okay, let's do this other prize pack. Series 7. So Series 8 is out now, but they're not giving those away yet at the tournaments because they're like, we have too many of the 7s that we still have to get through. So they're a little behind with that. But I'm like, just give us more then. Alright, we got an energy. Enhanced Hammer, very nice. So these cards are good, especially because a lot of people are running mist energies or special energies, like jet energies and whatnot. So you can use these to discard a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. It doesn't need to be the active Pokemon. So if, say, somebody prematurely plays an enriching energy on a Dunsparce, but they don't get the Dunsparce, bump it with the hammer, they will lose that draw ability. That's a big move. You just saw the Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Was it any good? I didn't see the first one, but I heard the first one was surprisingly good. There's one thing that's to be said about like Five Nights at Freddy's, about how like for something that's so simple of a game concept, it has surprisingly deep lore. Like, you got to commend them for that. That's pretty cool. Counter gain. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, attacks used by this Pokemon this card is attached to cost 1 colorless less. Useful in the Rotom deck because you would use a lot of tools. Dusk Noir, always a good guy. Cursed Blast. Once during your turn, you may put 13 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If you use this ability, this Pokemon is knocked out. Briar. Briar is good. So, Briar goes great in Dragapult decks and Dark Charizard decks, although the Dark Charizard will be phasing out on rotation. The reason it's great is because they are both Terra Pokemon. So, Ghost, you could potentially use this, I think, in your Crabapple deck, because isn't the Teal Mask Ogerpon a Terra? Correct me if I'm wrong. You can use this card only if your opponent has exactly 2 prize cards remaining. During this turn, if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack used by your Terra Pokemon, you take 1 more prize card. So, this is a great card because a lot of people don't ever think about using it. And it's hard for your opponents very rarely predict that you have a Briar in hand. But let's say I've got 3 prize cards remaining, you've got 2. You're technically up on the board, you've got a plan to get me on the next turn. I come through, if I can knock out an EX Pokemon of yours with the Terra, I'm taking 3 prizes and clinching the game right there. So it can be really, really good. The problem is, though, unless your opponent has exactly 2 prize cards, it ain't working. So, yeah. It's a very situational card, but I have clutched wins with it before. So the question of the day is, what is your least favorite Pokemon and why? Also, thank goodness the world could do a few less Charizard. I know. But now the new Mega Charizard X is out, and in the next set, they're going to be releasing Mega Charizard Y. So there's going to be 2 Mega Charizards in play. Oh, yes! I love this guy. The Fan Rotom. Nice. I have a Pokeball pattern one, but This is the Play Pokemon Cosmo Hollow one. Love me a good fan Rotom. I like using him in my decks that I run my the Dunsparce draw engine because of his ability Fan Call. Once during your first turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So, if you can get a Fan Rotom on your first turn using Fan Call, you then get 3 of the Dunsparces. So you basically can set up your board really, really, really well if you can get that Fan Rotom up. And there is something to be said about doing 70 damage for 1 energy. So more times than not, I've used a Fan Rotom to do 70 damage for 1 energy that can take a Pokemon into a one-shot territory. So like an EX Pokemon, I can bring them down enough that I can one-shot them when I get my attackers up. Or it's good against like Badoos or little, baby Pokemon that people will put up, because you can one-shot most basic Pokemon with 70 damage. So don't ever sleep on a Rotom as an attacker. And for a basic one prizer, like that's sometimes what you need. All right, so let's go ahead and open up this bad boy. So we're doing a 2-pack blister set. So the question of the day used to be any other Pokemon but Charizard is so ridiculously overdone. It's like the Beatles of Pokemon. Very apt to reference there. Yeah, so to be fair, I do like Charizard. Charizard is just so freaking rad, and he's so good. In the games, he's good. In the TCG, he's good. He's just always been a really, really good Pokemon. But I can understand why he can feel a little played out. Like, come on, give us something else. There's so many. There's over 1,020 or 1,010 Pokemon in existence. Why do they all have to be Charizards? Yeah, why does he need 9 iterations? And, when it comes to the TCG, I do think that there is a bit of an element of popularity that kind of skews a lot of the card market. So, that's why Charizards are always so damn expensive. They're always the chase cards because they're always printing Charizards and they always make them, really cool arts and whatnot. So, they know what they're doing for sure when it comes to those. Why is this so hard to open? Come out of there. Alright, so in this 2-pack blister, we have a Surging Sparks pack and a Twilight Masquerade. We got a really cool Zapdos coin. I like coins. I want more of the smaller coins. I don't like the bigger ones as much. The smaller ones I think are better. And then 3 promos of all Team Rocket's Pokemon. So we have the Team Rocket's Tyranitar, Cosmo Foil, the Team Rocket's Zapdos. This is actually a really cool art on him. You're a big Piplup fan, to be honest. Oh, why Piplup? And Team Rocket's Articuno. Very cool card. It's useful for its Repelling Veil ability. Prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to your basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. Existing effects are not removed. Damage is not an effect. So that can potentially block a Dragapult from bench sniping some of your basic Pokemon. But they have to be Team Rocket's Pokemon. But yeah, I think I'm going to work on that Honchkrow deck because the new Honchkrow is kind of goated. And it really makes that deck pop off. And actually, I end up taking the Mewtwo's out of it. So there's the Team Rocket's Mewtwo deck, but then the Honchkrow and Porygons actually do really well on their own. That should have been the deck I used tonight on TCG Live. All right, let's do the Twilight Masquerade. Masquerade. All right, here we go. Do we get some magic in this one? Seeking. Twilight Masquerade. I haven't opened a lot of Twilight Masquerades. It's been around for a while. And these cards are still going to be valid. So they're still H. So there's still at least another year before they rotate out. Hot take. The only thing better than Twilight Masquerade is Shrouded Fable. Ooh, that is a hot take. But I will agree. Shrouded Fable, super cool set. So Shrouded Fable had already come out when I got back into the collecting, and all you ever heard was people just shitting on it. They're like, ugh, Shrouded Fable sucks. And I think it's because it's a special set, right? So it's not, you're not going to be able to get like a booster box of them. You won't find like loose packs really of Shrouded Fable. It's only going to be in like specialty products. And people were like, there's no good hits. There's no good hits. But like, there's a lot of good cards in there. A lot of good cards for the game, for the TCG game. And yeah, I love the color scheme of it. And it all revolves around the three legendaries from the expansion. Hollow Pattern is top of the top. Exactly. There's some cool cards in there. And I think it's just people who just wanted expensive hit cards. Abra, Teleporter. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may shuffle it and all cards attached into your deck. Why you would want to do that, I do not know. I mean, I guess if he has some damage on him and you're just trying to get him out of there. Snorunt. Diplin. It's your boy. Chi-Yu. This is not the cool Chi-Yu. There's a Chi-Yu that does a really good attack that if one of your Pokemon was knocked out during the last turn, it does 140 damage, which is enough to one-shot a Goldengo EX. My boy, the Cursed One. Lucky Helmet. Ooh! Legacy Energy Ace Spec. Oh, this is a cool card. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides every energy type, but only one energy at a time. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, that player takes one fewer prize card. This effect of your Legacy Energy can't be applied more than once per game. So, very, very, very cool card, because you get basically one of every energy type added to your Pokemon. And if it is knocked out from an attack, that opponent takes one fewer prize card. Man, it looks so cool though. Look at the background color, like the swirl back there, and then it has like that cross hatching. These Ace specs look fucking awesome. Oh yeah, turning it that way you can really see the cross hatching. I guess it's like little diamonds, huh? A reverse hollow Chandelure. Yeah, it looks amazing. And I run this in my my Terra Mewtwo deck, because I also run a Lily's Clefairy in there too. So Lily's Clefairy with the Lily's Pearl attached and the Legacy Energy attached means that the opponent takes 0 prizes for knocking her out. It's great. You love Chandelure. Alluring Light. Once during your turn, you may have each player draw a card. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want your opponent to draw cards? Mind Ruler. If this attack does 30 damage for each card in your opponent's hand. Oh, that's why. Okay. So you want... Oh. 30 damage for each card in your opponent's hand. This can counter the Alakazam. The new Alakazam does damage based on how many cards you have in your hand. So their whole game plan revolves around building up their hand to massive sizes and one-shot KOing. You use that against them with Mind Ruler. But it is a stage 2, so that's kind of... Oof, that's a slow build. And do you want to build an entire deck around just Alakazam? Maybe not. Could be hand control for Ninetales. Oh, yes, and the new Decidueye EX that's coming out in Ascended Heroes works a lot like Ninetales, because Ninetales is rotating out, and the Decidueye EX is coming in, and it's going to work like a better version of the Ninetales. Walking Wake. Let me sleeve these bad boys up. And Legacy Energy. Yeah, that thing's handy. Useful for decks, for sure. I'm detecting chaos. Yeah, a little chaotic. A little chaotic. All right, Surging Sparks. Does the Surging Sparks curse continue? Typically have really, really bad luck when pulling anything from Surging Sparks. I've opened a lot of Surging Sparks packs, have relatively few to no hits. I don't think I've pulled IR or SIR before. I have pulled maybe 2 EXs in all of the Surging Sparks packs that I've opened, but that's it. Very low hit rate. Rufflet. Trapinch. Rillor. If you could have one Pokemon IRL, would it be? Ooh. I mean, Lopunny? No. I don't know. What is the most useful Pokemon is the question. What is the most useful Pokemon? That's actually a tough question. I know what kind of man you are. Listen, there's no laws against the Pokemon. Celio. Ho-Oh. You know, Ho-Oh isn't a very strong card for such a legendary Pokemon. Like lore-wise, there's not a lot of good Ho-Oh cards. Lively Stadium. Each basic Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's, gets plus 30 HP. Don't make me sound the bestiality alarm, sir. That one? Shinotic. Calming Light. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon asleep. Watch Roll. There's a lot of Watch Rolls printed in Scarlet Violet era cards. Oh my god. Guys, we just switched our luck. We have an IR in here. Look at this. Look at this. Appleton! We got the IR Appleton. Look at this guy. Ah! Look how cute. He's sitting there eating apples. Ghosty, give me a price check on this bad boy. So he's Appleton, Surging Sparks, number 211 out of 191. 211 out of 191. Let me see if I can get a better angle on the camera. Look at this guy. Oh, that's so cute. And then the last card is a Landorus. Very, very cool. Yeah, I wonder if that Appleton is worth anything. $4. All right. Well, Ghosty, do you have this card? Do you have this Appleton? I would be willing to trade. It is pretty cute, though. I must say, it's a pretty cute Appleton. All right. I do. I bought all the Apple ones for my horse. Of course you did. Got a little bit of time left. Let's do one more pack. What do you say? I think I have some loose packs lying around here somewhere. Speaking of Ho-Oh, I have a Destined Rivals. I'm always looking for the Mewtwo's out of here. Oh man, they added a new Team Rocket's Mewtwo to the Ascended Heroes. It looks so freaking cool. I want him so bad. But I don't know. I have never like pulled the chase card that I'm looking for, with the exception of that Pokemon Go. I did get the gold Mewtwo. But yeah, the odds of pulling what you're looking for is insane. You have to open so many packs. All right, so we're starting last pack magic, gang. Do we have it? Do we have the luck here? Do we have it? Misty's Magikarp. Yay, I do love my Misty deck. Ethan's Pichu. You feel it. I mean, we got the Appleton. That's a pretty good hit for me. Getting an IR out of how many packs have we done? We did 3, 4, 5 out of 5 packs. That's pretty good. Tauros. Excuse me. Marnie's Morpeko. Ooh, they added a new SIR Marnie's Grimmsnarl, so it looks awesome. Would you eat a Magikarp? I think it would. I think that's a thing. Don't they mention that in the show, that there's not even like any meat on the Magikarps to really eat? Like you can't even eat it. It's not even a good fish for eating. Yeah, especially out of Surging Sparks, man. What luck. Ethan's Adventure. Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon. Oh, I haven't seen this one before. Fire Kagura. Search your deck for a basic fire energy card and attach it to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. And Searing Flame. For 80 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. See what I mean about like the fire Pokemon is 3 energy cost for 80 damage and burn? That seems like a little excessive, right? Yeah, and Super Dense Body. Team Rocket's Botherbot. Turn one of your opponent's face down prize cards face up and choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card. You may have your opponent switch those cards out. Oh, okay. Interesting. So if you know that one of their cards is a good card, you can Team Rocket's Botherbot them. Very situational, kind of luck-based. Reverse Hollow Team Rocket's Ekans. Just all scales? I know, right? So the Magikarp doesn't really have a lot of meat, it's just scales and skeleton. Team Rocket's Ekans. I really wanted to make Team Rocket's Arbok work, but I couldn't find a good way to use him. Abomasnow. Lunge Out in Frozen Wood. 120 damage. This, if this Pokemon has 2 or more leaf energy attached, this attack does 120 more damage. Ugh, how do you make that work? I mean, I guess if you had a Meganium, but you still need 3 water energies on him, at least, to do that. Yeah, no, he's kind of a glutton for energy. Arvin's Greedent. Well, nothing big in that pack. But I don't think I have that Greedent, so that's at least something. Is Qianpao EX getting phased out? I don't know. I have not seen... I don't think I've ever seen that card before, or at least not in real life. All right, we still have 5 more minutes. Let's do one more. Last one from Destin Rivals. Give me something good here. God, yeah, I definitely need to replace the blade on that thing. This is really dying out on me. Alex uses one for energy acceleration. Oh, I have? Oh, Qianpao. I was thinking, what was I thinking? Hold one of those. Oh, I was thinking Chi-Yu. That's what I was thinking of. Not Qianpao, Chi-Yu. Yes. Qianpao is rotating out. In fact, his whole deck is pretty much rotating out. The Baxcaliburs, the Blastoise, the Qianpao, those are all bye-bye. All right, Steven's Carbink. So this is the last pack of the night for sure. Arvin Squovit. So we got the Grievant and the Squovit. Relor. Team Rocket's Grimer. Grimer, I hardly know her. Ethan's Pinsir. Pinsir, I hardly know her. Sacred Ash. Shuffle up to 5 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. These are going to become popular now that Super Rod is also phasing out. Drink twice. Yeah, so Super Rod is going away, which is hurtful. Because Super Rod allowed you to take up to 3 Pokemon or basic energies from your discard and put them into your deck. This only lets you get up to 5 Pokemon from your discard pile and put them into your deck. So there's not a way to recover energies yet, except for Night Stretcher. But that only lets you get 1. Team Rocket's Hypno. Ooh, Reverse Hollow Applin. Lots of apples. Apples on apples tonight. Team Rocket's Giovanni. Switch your active Team Rocket's Pokemon with one of your bench Team Rocket's Pokemon. If you do, switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. I'm looking for Team Rocket's Reverse Hollow Team Rocket's supporter cards because I do want to build that Honchkrow deck. And last card. Oh, we have a hit. We ended with a hit, gang. We have an EX card here. Not a bad way to end the stream. Apples to apples, dusk to dusk. Dusk noirs to Appletons. Dusk noirs to Dusk noirs. Team Rocket's Crobat EX. I have a couple of these ones, actually. I actually pulled the SIR of him. And he's like a $40 card, the SIR. This one, not so much. It's probably only like a $2 card, maybe at the most. Damage transfer, right? Yes. When you play this Pokemon... Well, he doesn't transfer. He just... he moves damage counters. So when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during play, you may choose 2 of your opponent's Pokemon and put 2 damage counters on them. So you just drop damage, 2 damage counters on them. But every stage of evolution, you do that as well. So you can just evolve him up just to drop some damage on, which is kind of cool. But his attack is strange, though. You may put this Pokemon into your hand. Discard all cards attached to this Pokemon for 120 damage. So that lets you put him back into your hand, but for only 120 damage, that's not great. And you lose the energy attached to him. So that's not super, super desirable, I don't think. I don't know. I haven't found a good use for him. Like, he can be useful in the Team Rocket's decks, but honestly, I think the Spite Ops is probably the best thing in those Team Rocket's depths for now. Well, actually, not for now. Now that we have the Honchkrow, that Honchkrow can be nasty. So I am looking forward to building that deck. All right, gang. It has come to that part in the night where we must depart. So let's set a raid up. Let me see. Who we got online? Who we got online that we can raid out to? Let me see what friends we got. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Who's playing what? Who's playing what? Ooh, Tom ST is playing Oxenfree 2. Ooh, Oxenfree. That's a cool game. Let's go raid Tom ST. She's raided us before. Let's go raid her back. All right, gang. So we're back onto our regularly scheduled program. So I will be streaming on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. Tuesday nights, we're doing Pokemon. Thursday nights, we're playing some Resident Evil. And this Thursday, make sure to tune in because we are at the third part of the Resident Evil HD remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it, where we are returning to the Spencer Mansion after exploring the guardhouse and the garden. So we're back in the Spencer Mansion. Things are going to be a little crazier than they were than what we left them. So make sure you tune in 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central on Thursday for that stream. All right, until then, so long, fuckers. Stay tuned for the raid. Have a great night. Bye.
Nope, they're not. Damn it. Oh! Spectre Vision, thank you so much for the raid! Welcome in! How are you all doing? How was your stream? Let me get you a shout out once I wake up my mouse. And I'm gonna push my... Ah! There we go. How are you all doing tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic evening. For those of you who don't know me, hello, my name is Tom ST. I'm known in some circles as Minnesota's favorite deep sea horror. I stream indie games, adventure games, and indie adventure games, and most recently I have started doing a once a month subscriber tarot stream where I will read where I will give you a 3-card reading for subscribers. If you like what you see, please feel free to hit the follow button. I stream Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time.